to another episode of Outcasts to Icons, and as always guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video. Now I've got through that quite quickly because something that I didn't expect to happen has happened, basically. Now I don't even know where to start with this. So basically, yeah, so basically the season finished and I wasn't entirely sure if we were going to leave or going to join another club or resign or whatever, so I got this message and it says, the board wish to hold a meeting with you regarding your position at the club. Your performance hasn't been good enough and your position is under serious threat. And I thought, what? We've come fourth with Granada. Are you off your pissing rocker? So, yeah. Bear in mind, that's with no money. The club is in huge amounts of debt and I've been doing my best to dig them out, but it's a bit like bailing out the Titanic using a barrel of Tupperwares. It just isn't going to happen. So, yeah, they've decided that unfortunately, because we've only come fourth with a cash-strapped club that is Granada, that's just not good enough. So we've been... well, I went to the meeting, of course. I wanted to show you this because that way you didn't think I just one of those things where you like leak something to the media so they sack you deliberately. No, they definitely invited me because of my position, because of our performances. So I went to the meeting and I was trying to sort of save it because I didn't want to get sacked. I would have preferred to have resigned. But then they ended up coming back and just basically there was no like click. None of the options I could have clicked were anything regarding me really staying. It was just like the only one I could get that was actually relating to me actually staying apart from me resigning was please let me, I beg you, and I had to click it in the end and they were just like no. So that was fun. So we've been sacked, which is disappointing. I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed that we've been sacked. I didn't expect to get sacked after doing quite well with them, to be honest. It has to be said, we did all right with them. Now, I'm just going to take a little gander at our profile. I hope that hasn't affected us too badly with regards to our reputation and whatnot. So our reputation is still 71. That has not changed the entire time we were at Granada, and I find that a bit irritating that you could do really well for a team, but because you haven't won anything, your reputation stays the same. And that is a little bit skewed for me. You know, Brendan Rodgers didn't win anything at Liverpool, yet, or did he? I'm trying to think if he did or not. But the point is, his reputation during the season when they came second in the league went up massively for obvious reasons. It's a strange one. So basically, I'm going to be on the lookout for a new job now. And as you can see, these are my managerial stats, in case you were wondering kind of how that's looking. So coaching wise, we're actually looking pretty solid. Our attack coaching is solid. Tactical and mental is fantastic. Working with youngsters is 1, because I just do not know how we're supposed to improve that. Mentals, though, unfortunately, it's very, very hit and miss. So, you know, player knowledge, man management and motivation have actually improved, as has youngster knowledge, but adaptability, determination and level of discipline, apparently level of discipline just doesn't move, which is a pain, and it does make it very difficult dealing with player interactions, which are bad enough as it is. So that has become somewhat troublesome. Now, I'm going to basically try and go and find a job now. So this could take a little while. This is going to be one of those episodes, guys. So there will be a live come, of course, at the end, when we finally join our new club, or potentially country, depending on which one comes first, because I am still going to be on the lookout for that. But this is going to be fun. I do like doing this. I just didn't expect it to be forced upon me, so to speak. So yeah, hopefully we'll manage to find ourselves at a club, and I will join you guys soon when we've got some sort of news to talk about. So see you guys in a minute. Right guys, we are back, and as you can see, we've made an interesting move. Now, I'm going to firstly explain, it's the 17th of August now, which means it's been a couple of months, and I've been applying for as many jobs as physically possible in like club football, and I've actually only had one interview, and that was at West Ham. Now, West Ham have only just been promoted to the Premier League, so I only went for the interview just to see if I could get the job, and I actually couldn't. So I'm a little bit worried as to that particular situation. So what I think we may end up having to do, and this is actually quite realistic in a sense, you know, we've been sacked from a relative... I think we almost made the step up a little too early. We were quite rushing ourselves, and I think what we're going to need to do is try and take over a club that we can win some stuff with in a country that we can win some stuff with to increase our reputation a little bit, get some chances under our belt in that sense, and then we might get poached. Now, I'm still going to be looking for that, so we might end up taking over a club team halfway through a season, basically. That could end up actually happening, which would be a little bit disappointing, because we won't be able to make any signings, and it would be a case of us throwing the Christmas tree of doom in and hoping to God it works. Now, moving on, we'll deal with that in a sec, but for now, yeah, after the World Cup, of course, there was loads of positions available at different clubs, not clubs, countries. I applied for all of them. We got offered... I was very careful with this. I saw which ones we could potentially apply for. But I applied for all of them, and I looked at said which ones were flattered. Some of them laughed off the interest. Like, I've had teams from like the Irish second division laughing off interest from me as well, which is really strange. Also, I applied for the West Ham job twice. The first time they laughed off the interest, and the second time they offered me an interview. So I don't really know what's up with that. It's a little bit weird. It just seems to be a bit random at times as to how that works. But yeah, so I applied for all of them, and I looked at the ones that said they were flattered. Belgium were, Korea were, and Cameroon. And I think Paraguay and Chile as well, but they came a little bit later. Now, firstly, we got offered the Cameroon job, and I was kind of holding out and thought, if we could get the Belgium job, that would be a potentially great one to have, because Belgium have got some great players, and I think we could do a lot with that. They're 5th in the world, and managing them could be a little bit interesting, actually. And I think that was something I was really interested in doing. So we turned it down. It was a bit of a risk. Then we got offered the career job, and they offered a lot more money as well. They wanted like 20 grand a week on us, but I thought, if the Belgium job was still there, we hadn't heard back, I thought, right, we'll take it, because there's no interviews with national team jobs. You just get offered it straight out. So I waited, and there it was. We've been offered it, so I accepted it as quickly as I possibly could. Not that makes any difference. And yeah, we are now manager of Belgium, so that's fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to it. Let's take a quick gander at the squad, so we can actually see who's in it at the moment. Now, we don't really know much. Let's see assistance reports. That's more what I'm interested in at the moment. Actually, squad depth. I haven't got a system, of course, put in place yet. I've literally only just got the job. So, no, screw it. We'll go back to this, actually. So let's see it. Sort by ability. Adnan Januzaj is the best player in Belgish football. Belgish? The fuck are you talking about, Matt? I can't believe I just said Belgish. That's not even that close to being a word. But yeah, Adnan Januzaj is the top player for Belgium. He's only got 22 appearances for them, which is surprising, really, when you consider that. Look at him. 31 years old, though, so he's also one of the more senior players in the squad, but he'll certainly be useful for us as our playmaker, potentially. Of course, there's Yuri Tielemans, who is he playing for? He's playing for Marseille. Apologies, that's my Facebook sound in the background. I do apologise. Let me see if I can add club teams into this. General club. Here we go. Right. So he's at Marseille. Gauthier Robert. He looks like a regen. Yes, he is, which is a fantastic name. It almost looks like his name is backwards. It should be Robert Gauthier, but hey, we'll take it. He looks really solid. He's at PSG. He's a poacher striker, so he'll probably be starting up front for us. Charles Desmet. Oh, he's got a lovely beard. You know I love a good beard. He's on nearly £250,000 a week. What a wage he's on at PSG, so that makes sense. Also, Ismail Izaoui. He's actually a real player, it would seem. He is playing for Marseille again. There's Leander Dendoncker at Arsenal. Oh, he's another real player. Oh, this is good. I'm liking some of these guys. Of course, Thibaut Courtois, Julien Mathieu, who might be real as well. No, he's not. He's a regen. Peter Blom, he looks okay. It's sort of drifting away a little bit now. Obviously, this guy, Kevin Clays, has got some potential. There's Divock Origi as well, who's at Burnley, by the way, folks. Hopefully, we've got enough players to sort of kind of tide us over. But as you can see, as you go a bit further down, there's a slight... we're lacking in certain areas, potentially. Now, as for fixtures, we've got a Nations League match against Italy is our next game, basically. Now, that... we're going to play the game, of course. That's, makes sense for us to do that. We will be live coming that. Our live comment, unless we get ourselves a club game in between. It depends on how things go with that, basically. If I've not got myself a club job by then that will definitely be a live comp in this episode. It'll be the Belgium-Italy game. So yeah, I'm going to sort some stuff out with that, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Well, hopefully we'll have a club job. If not, it will be back for the Italy game. I'll see you guys in a minute. Right, guys, we are back, and it is going to be the game against Italy today in the live com, because we still haven't got a job yet. I'm in the running at the moment for the QPR job. They're a top 7 or 8 team in the Premier League at the moment, so I think that would be an interesting one. Brendan Rodgers was the manager, but he's now quit to go to Atletico, of all places. I actually applied for that job too, but yeah, didn't get that. I was also laughed out of town for Club Bruges, because I thought maybe we could do Belgium club and country. That would be quite an interesting one to try and do, but no, Roberto Carlos looks like he's got that job. But that means that he's now out the running for the QPR job, and he was the favourite ahead of us, so we might well be in a good position to actually go and get the QPR job. They are rich, so we'd have a good chance at maybe doing something there, so that'd be quite an interesting one. But for today, we're just going to concentrate on Belgium, basically. So I haven't had much chance to learn much about them yet. We've implemented our tactic, and that's virtually it for now. We've put but there's not much more I can really do. I had a little look, so we're obviously playing a Nations League match between Belgium and Italy. Germany are also in our group, basically, so we are, what is it, Division A, but there's obviously, several different groups also in Division E. Now, Belgium were actually runners-up in the World Cup, so they lost in the final to France 3-2, which is quite impressive. They also knocked out Canada, of all people, in the quarterfinals. Canada got to the quarterfinals by knocking out Spain. So yeah, there you go, that's a thing. So let's give this a crack. No idea how well this is going to go. I'll still a quick pick for now, because I'm really learning the team a little bit more at the moment. Now, as you can see, it's very awkward at the moment, and it will be for quite some time, basically, until such time as I learn kind of who needs to play and where. A few players haven't got match fitness yet, unfortunately. Not match fitness, but they're not fully kind of recovered from other things. So we're going to go with a lineup of Robert, Matthew Desme, Januzaj Degerling, Origi Imbula, Umemba, Dendonka, who is the captain, Verbruggen, and of course Thibaut Courtois in goal. Now, some of these players will actually be making their debuts, it would seem. So yeah, I listened to my assistant first time around. I'm going to have a proper look at the national pool for the next time round, but I just wanted to try and get in and get some games done because I'm feeling a little bit dizzy at the moment, so I just wanted to get this episode recorded. So let's go. I really don't know how well this is going to go. I'm not. We're apparently the favourites now. I don't really know what that's based on. Well, it is a change of tactics. Yep. Okay. Good. Yep. Okay. Who have they got? So Agresta, Bonazzoli, Moncini, Verratti, Kristig, Puglisi, Zanata, Romagna, Monteleone, Urba, and Simone Scaffe in goal there. So interesting. I'm trying to see if I recognise anyone. Oh, it's Alfredo Galuccio, of course, our former colleague over at Granada. So let's just see. Okay, I have no idea how well this is going to go. It could go horribly. The Christmas Tree of Doom may or may not. Oh, this is not looking good, is it? Oh, they do not like me so far. It's going to take a while because obviously we don't know Dutch, so that could be a bit of a problem. But we'll have to see. If I ever did a save like this on, for example, FM16, what I would do is, as someone suggested this and I agree, is have my manager know a load of languages to begin with. Matthew is around the corner here, and oh, what a start that is for Belgium. Hello, maybe the Christmas Tree of Doom works better for an international team, and the reason I wanted to get Belgium is because I figured they've got a good enough amount of players that we might actually have a shot at winning something with them, because they've got a decent crop of players here. With a decent tactic, you just never know. Look at this, Matthew running forward here. Can he pick a pass out? He's going all the way through, and what a strike again there. We've started off very, very menacingly so far. A couple of shots already, getting off to a lovely start. If we can beat Italy here, that would give me some confidence. Robert bombing into the box. Look at that! Robert straight through, and Belgium have been fantastic. Gauthier, Robert. Wow. What more do you need? Looks like the Christmas Tree of Doom has hit the ground running here. And bear in mind, it is still only awkward at the moment. If we ever get that to fluid, which obviously with national teams is much more difficult because you do not get a lot of time with them, but if they get that up to fluid, then imagine, look at this, Robert just goes past his man again because for shiggles, and then just smashes it through Scaffe, who does he made a hash of it, really, hasn't he? But it is 1-0 to Belgium, and that is the perfect start to my career as the Belgium national team manager. Yeah, I do feel that we've got a chance at, the next European Championships of actually pulling something off, and that's kind of what Why did he move out of the way? It clearly wasn't aimed for him, and that was a little bit frustrating. That could have easily been a good break for us there. Verratti now, Pugliese or Bonazzoli. Round the corner, good save from Thibaut Courtois. One of the few sort of real players still left in the team, of course. Adnan Januzaj is the other. And I think there's a couple more, perhaps, in and around the squad. Right, here we go. Matthew. This guy looks pacey as all hell. What a ball that is for Robert. But Matthew looks like he could be a real danger man coming from midfield. And Pugliese has been, well, nothing really. Matthew, again, closing down nicely high up the pitch there. We've still got to be careful, though. Italy are getting a fair amount of possession. They're obviously coming back into it a little bit, but we had some good chances early on that we really do need to make sure that we don't screw this up, because we've started this game so well, and oh my god, the amount of players we had left. Federico Bonazzoli puts Italy level, and they deserve that, really, because what on earth were we doing defensively there? We were all at sea. They got dragged out of position, and suddenly we have two centre-backs there, standing around doing fuck all when they could be marking someone. What is that? Like, that's just basic stuff. Mathieu with the ball, on the rebound. Robert, oh, of course. Of course. The rebound goal doesn't actually go in for once. Amazingly. Just, the one time you want it to, it doesn't. I can't believe that. We're still looking pretty damn good, actually. Over time now, we've actually started to get a lot of possession, decent amount of shots, pass completion is looking solid. At the moment, I'm actually pretty pleased with our first half performance. We reached a World Cup final, so there's clearly something to this team. And with that in mind, I feel like, well, we're obviously not going to get much out of this team, are we? Because they just do not give a fuck. Really? Okay. Whatever. Obviously, this is a competitive match because it's in the Nations League, so we're not going to go making shitloads of substitutions in this one. Just the, well, we don't have a choice anyway. Just the usual. It's very, very evenly matched at half-time, to be fair. Desmet to the edge of the area for Robert now. Can he get another? Matthew, will he have a little run at people? He does. Goes to Robert. To Divock Origi, and it is 2-1 to Belgium. Great stuff, and a win against Italy here would be the perfect start to the Nations League. Now, I don't really know quite how the Nations League works still, so I'm assuming that if you win the group, because there's 4 groups, they go into like a little mini tournament, and there's like a semi-final and a final to try and win Division A of the Nations League. So to get out of a group with Italy and Germany, and it would be quite something, you'd have to say. Italy are going to come back at us, that's for sure, but we're certainly holding our own against them. I'm not really sure how good Italy's squad is in comparison to, you know, them now, but we are the 5th best team in the world according to the world rankings, so we've clearly got something about us. That's for sure. Agrestam, what about that? I thought that was a save, but in fact he's just pumped it over the bar. For now, we're looking... It's very, very close. I wouldn't be, like, I would have no right to be annoyed if we were to draw this one, based on the way things are going at the moment, but I'm pretty pleased with the result we're getting, based on the sort of, the lack of fluidity to the tactic, and took way too long there. There we go. Origi brings it away now. Can we get a little bit of a break on? Belgium do have quite a lot of pacey players, Origi being one of them now. Coming forward with it. Please don't shoot from long range. Goes into Robert. There's a run, perhaps make him run beyond him? No. Goes back out to Verbrugen, out wide. Can he pick a pass in? He can to Januzaj. Januzaj's been quite quiet today, actually, surprisingly. I might move him inside in a bit. Robert going around his man, and it's a penalty. Filippo Romagna has brought down Robert, and that is interesting, to say the least. We now have a chance to go 3-1 up here against Italy. I don't know who it's going to be. It's Julian Mathieu, and if anyone deserves a goal today, it is him, and it is Belgium 3, Italy 1, and that is a great result for us at the moment. Still only 65 minutes on the clock. I am now going to make a change. They've got an injury as well, and Digling is going to have to come off as well. I'm going to bring on Yuri Tielemans for a little while, and I'm also going to move Januzaj in as the playmaker, and then drop... Have we got a right midfielder? We do. We've got Chadley, a different Chadley. Khalid Chadley on the bench, on for Desmet. That way we can bring Januzaj into a more familiar... as a more advanced playmaker type of position for us. That might be a better role for him, because he has been fairly quiet today on that right wing, and I'd like to see a little bit more from him for the remainder of this game, particularly now that we have a 2-goal lead. There's a little bit more leeway with this. That's not to say that I don't think Italy can come back. I think they've easily got 2 goals in them, and it actually looks like they might be able to achieve that immediately. Origi now. If he looks out wide, which he should... Oh, he's gone out... Oh, that was poor. He should have been looking out wide there. We should have been looking to spread it rather than go too narrow there. Bonazzoli, please don't let this be a goal that we've conceded. Oh, good save from Courtois. It's still 3-1. There's actually been quite a lot of stuff happening in this one. Italy have created some decent chances in this game, but we've been clinical for once, which is nice to see. And a good solid 3-1 victory would be nice, but, you know... Oh, and again, they've just not been able to take their chances. They've had the chances there. They've just not quite been able to put them in the net. That's been the difference between the two teams, really. Obviously, we had the penalty as well, which didn't help. Januzaj with the ball in now, and it's going to be cleared away. And oh, Italy are on the break now. They've got a massive break on. Agresta. Verratti. We've still got 9 minutes to go. If we concede here, that could still be causing problems. Januzaj is brilliantly tracking back. I wasn't expecting that. Robert now intercepted. Romagna wins it back, and Januzaj now bombing forward. This is fantastic. He's literally won the ball back, and very nearly set up an attack, and then won the ball back again to set up another attack. He's looking like he's got a bit about him. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I don't know. The question is, we've got 2 more years to go now until the European Championship, and the question is whether Januzaj will still have that level of ability at 33 years old, or whether he will be on the decline. Oh, my life. And a rebound goal. This time it goes in because it was Italy. And just... It's a great strike, but Courtois probably could have done a little bit better, but unfortunately on the rebound, maybe even a hint of offside there, it is now Belgium 3, Italy 2, and they deserve a goal. Another one, definitely. But we can't afford to let them have a third, because that would be disappointing to see. Particularly as we've missed that rebound earlier in the game, because Origi just seemed to stand around for no apparent reason. Bit of space out wide, right? He should win that easily. Sorry, I was waiting for that to unfold there and eventually end up knocking it into our own net or something. Italy have really brought on the pressure towards the end of this match, but I'm hoping we can get across the line without conceding. And it looks like we're going to. 3-2 to Belgium is a solid result, particularly with an unfamiliar tactic with this team, and I'm pretty pleased. Origi with the strike, and of course, we can't quite get on the end of the rebound there. Why is that number 18 not running towards the ball there? But hey, doesn't matter, because it is Belgium 3, Italy 2, and we've won our first competitive game, and now watch the squad be angry with me. Way, they actually like me. Yeah, thought so. Thought about that, yeah. So there we go. We've won our first game in charge of Belgium, and that's a good start to our career as a national team manager. Now, we've got Germany later in the week, but obviously that's not going to be a livecom game, because hopefully the next game you see will be our first livecom in charge of a club team, basically. Whether that club team is QPR or someone else, I really don't know. But that'll be in the next episode now, since we've actually done a game today. So I do apologise for that, but hey, it's going to freshen things up a little bit, I think. So, in the next episode, I can't really tell you what we're going to be doing. other than the fact that it's going to be our first live com in charge of a club team, I hope, unless it goes way too long, and then in which case I will do. If we haven't got a club team by the time we play Germany in November, then I will live com that game as well, but I sense that we probably will have by then. I'd like to hope so anyway. Anyway guys, if you like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every other day at 7 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode when God knows what's going to happen. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.